Hi, hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Fabulous Friday, TGI Friday. This is just like any day. A day with many things to be grateful for, to notice and recognize the blessings before us, to embrace our true worth and value. I have a puppy that just went in the kitchen. I just saw him. He thinks he's smooth. Y'all hold that thought. But I want you to stop and think and reflect upon what is it that you value. What do you value more? Yourself? Money? How do you equate your value? Because quite often there is a huge connection between our self-worth and how we value ourselves and the value we place upon money. Hi, Kristen. I'm grateful that you caught me live. This is going to be very, I hope it'll be powerful. I hope this will hit some people in places that help heal them. And it's really about the relationship you have to money. Because not all of us have a healthy relationship with money because we've been conditioned to believe that it has to take hard work, that our value is somehow dependent upon what it is we give or we do, or our gifts or our talents, when we're all impacting one another at all times. But we don't always see that we're valuable or valued. But see, it has to start within, right? It's an inside job. Money is just an exchange of energy. But many people, and I am one of them, I have worked on trying to heal this relationship with money. It's easier to passive-aggressively deny it and say, oh, money is the root of all evil. Because that one rings so well and so easily to tell you you should deny money. Why would you deny something that serves? Just like you serve. And you use it as a tool for your services. And so there becomes this push-pull. Like we want money, we want to receive it, but we don't feel we are valuable enough or that worthy in the sense of money, right? And so that is where it boils down to if you have a healthy relationship with money. Money is not the root of evil. It's the intentions behind the people who try to keep us in fear and believing that it is the root of all evil. And there really is no evil anyway. Well, that's a whole nother topic of conversation. I wanted to bring this up today because I found it extremely powerful while I sat in my morning meditation and what streamed in. And a lot of it has to do with donations and fundraisers and the things that Tom and I have been doing here with this group for over a year. We've been working together for a year and 8 or 10 months or something like that. And I've been doing lives for over 2.5 years now. You know, when Facebook announced and launched live videos, I saw that as a beautiful opportunity to, instead of writing my vlogs and my blogs, because I'm a writer. And if anybody who's known me long enough, I've had a blogging history way back into, I don't know, live journal. I think I've had that since 2003, 4, 5, 6, something like that. I saw it as a great opportunity to keep up and to be able to share what my experiences were, what my downloads were, what wisdom came through, what I've learned through my personal experience. Because ultimately, I couldn't keep up with the writing, and I love to write. I journal like crazy. You know, when I've done my Monday hook'ems, you know, and I've opened up my journal and said, what was I writing, you know, a couple years ago? And it always rings true, and it's very helpful to do that, to reread. And so the reason I wanted to do this video was to address money and how we value ourselves, and we place value on money, and how we deny ourselves that equal exchange of energy. Now, I know I'm not the only one who's worked hard in their life, worked so hard they didn't receive what their value was, but, did what they could. And we give more, right? When we're a giver, we give more than what we get, but we always get. So, there's always an imbalance at some point, but eventually it balances out. Things get paid forward, even if you don't want to believe it. You can either stay in the victimhood or you can step into the mastery of your life, okay? Please let me know that you're hearing me clear enough, because I have the mic over here and it's easier that I use a mic because there's a lot of background noise going on. So I have some key points that I put down, and I wanted to bring, so I had to bring my laptop outside just so I don't miss anything, because I think it's extremely important. And if you've been following myself and Tom now for even any amount of time, you know that we're doing this, we're not making money, okay? This is our time. We value the power of being able to bring people together in community and serve the way we do. We do it because we would have wanted that. We wanted that, needed that at some point in our lives. We see the value in how bringing people together, as I like to say, using the power of social media to unite across the globe. It's powerful. I come from an IT background. My mother even saw back in the day, she said, ooh, the internet's going to be really powerful, and it can be harnessed for good or bad. Again, I don't believe the polarities. I just see them as contrasts that show you when we're in and out of balance, right? And so it aligned with me when we aligned as partners, because I could see the benefit of it. I've seen, yes, many people who are out there, they're making lots of money and they're serving. Everybody's serving somehow. I don't see anybody as taking away from anybody, because there's plenty to go around. When you have an abundance mentality, you recognize at some point you're going to put in the work and it will eventually come back at you, flooding you, right? Do you believe in this? Anybody out there, please share in the comments. Let me know what your experience has been with this. Do you feel you have a healthy relationship with money? Do you truly value yourself? Papaya valued me enough to drop a nice little blossom. And these do smell really nice, by the way. So the reason I'm bringing this up is, you saw, if those of you follow Tom as well, he posted about doing a cleaning house again. We've done that several times on our accounts, right? And it's very understandable, because people come and they go. There are seasons in our lives. And it's really important to know if we're continuing to serve the right people, or maybe they're just taking up space and they don't even know it. So, this isn't a pointing fingers whatsoever. This is actually about being transparent and clear and having the purest of intentions and ensuring that we're touching the right people, okay? And it's important for me, as I'm starting to evolve myself, that I know the right people are showing up for the right reasons, even at the wrong reasons. Actually, I'll tell you what, you can follow me even if you are one of those HATERSs, right? Because hate doesn't hurt me. I'm so full of love. I got nothing but love, right? And I love you too, no matter who you are. So my goal now, my vision, is to really help people who need it, one-on-one. And I'm going to continue to serve the way I'm serving. I will. But I want to touch upon some subjects that are usually taboo conversation. People don't like to talk about money because there's this whole this discomfort. It's like, ooh, there's people who like to talk about money, but not always in the most healthy form either. When people say, oh, and by the way, this is passive aggressive, oh, they must have to make a lot of money to have a house like that. Ugh. Like totally shunning it, but it's envy that speaks those words. Not jealousy, envy, because they want that, but they don't want to admit it. How many people are willing to admit they know what they want, but they're not going to put someone else down to try to make themselves appear to be in a healthier space? Oh, because I don't have a lot of money. See, I'm a martyr, so I'm better than them. Seriously? Here's the thing. Money's just a tool. It's an exchange of energy. I like money. I like making money. I like to make a lot of money, but that's not my focus. Because if that were my focus, I could have taken a whole nother route a long time ago. And many of us can do that. There's the easy way, and then there's the hard way. And y'all see, Tom likes the hard way. And I have that little bug as well. Although I've learned to step into more ease and grace in my life. That much of what used to be hard, I'm allowing to be easier in my life. So with that said, it might have been, for some people think it's easier to go and work for someone else and to be confined by certain hours because we can push through, we can serve ourselves long enough, but then maybe our adrenals get out of whack and we compromise our integrity. Again, these are all questions we only know for ourselves, how it is that money impacts our life and shows up to our lives. And so just the fact that over this past several years here, just building up a community, working toward serving others in a way that, whatever it is we're doing, whether it's recipes in the kitchen or sharing what we're going through in relationship with each other, or, growing papaya trees from seed, or creating this beautiful terraced area over here that Tom did with the pavers. There's so much we can put out there, and people can judge, criticize, analyze, whatever they want to do. We're serving them clearly for them to be able to have the time and the space to watch us and to criticize. And I don't have a problem with that. I actually just chuckle about it because everybody realizes that we all have this, right? But we all have lots of opinions, and it's based on our beliefs and our experiences, and we tend to project those upon others. So we think, well, everybody should have a voice. Well, sometimes the voice doesn't always speak kindly, right? So again, there's those questions to ask yourself before you speak. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Will it serve? How will it serve? And I try to really be mindful of the words I speak, like I've told you in the past, because it carries vibration, and money and your words, your integrity, right? This is all something we have to check in with ourselves first. It's most important that if you're walking a path that you want to claim to be giving, selfless, you also have to remember, you also need to receive as much as you give. But don't look at it as the end all. Don't look for the receiving before you've allowed yourself to be open to it and giving without the attachment, because that's the root of the suffering. If it's something as simple as expecting something in return, and whatever that looks like to you, it could be a smile in return. It could be they didn't even say thank you. What kind of drama that creates in itself, right? So I receive messages from people all the time. I can't keep up with every single message I get in my inbox, but I see them. And I want to say thank you for all of you who've reached out at any point and thanked me, whether in a comment or in a message, email even, in person. I want you to know I truly value and appreciate you, because I know it's not always easy to speak up and say thank you. Sometimes it's easy to be hiding behind in the wings, watching and not saying anything, because we're fearful of rejection, or we're fearful of being seen, or we don't want to be seen, but we need to be heard and felt, right? So the human needs that we all have are to be seen, to be heard, to be loved and connected to one another, to be recognized for being, period. We need a witness in our lives. That's human. And I honor each and every one of you for speaking up when you do, because it's important. It doesn't matter what your voice is saying, because that's part of the growth. The courage to open your mouth and to speak, it takes a lot. And one of the beautiful things about social media is it gives us this opportunity to connect and commune, right? That's what we've built as a community. brings unity, right? And if there is somebody out there that's criticizing or claiming they think they know, I challenge you to come forward and do the same thing Tom and I have been doing. Because I notice we've gotten a lot of heat, and I don't have a problem with it. Tom told me the other day, I'm so sorry you're going through some things just because of me. And I said, honey, we joined in together. This isn't a you or me, this is us. That's what partnership is about. Sometimes it's going to be difficult, but it's okay as long as you know you've got somebody who's got your back and vice versa, and you've got theirs. And we really hope as a partnership that we're inspiring others to recognize it doesn't have to be all flowers and golden, because that's the part about growing, is that you keep showing up. And we will continue. We're going to change things up over time, I know. We've got some things in the works. But what I really wanted to open this up to, again, I'm bringing it back. I brought up donations and fundraisers. I really want to get away from those more so because I want it to be more in the form of a love offering. Now, we've heard some criticism about, fundraisers or donating money from people who have not been following us, so they don't understand what it is we've been building for as long as we've been building it. And I remember when Tom first started and saying, the last thing I want to do is push people to donate money. But here's the irony. We're showing up, and this is a lot of work behind the scenes. It's a lot of stuff that people think, they just don't have anything better to do. Well, this is our work. This is our selfless service. This is our giving back. But there is a point when you do need to say, listen, a love offering would be very, very much appreciated. And when we say love offering, we mean like, if you value us, if you are tuning in and watching, and you are getting something from it, those of you who watch TV, here's one, and this is how you can maybe look at it a little differently. People who pay for cable, people who use the internet, you're paying for something there, right? So you're paying a service to get access to a TV show, a movie, or whatever it is you're watching. I was talking to my dad today. I said, I think people forget that when they watch TV shows, the shows are never really free. They're always getting something because they paid for a service to receive it. And so if you could look at it from the perspective of you drop in once in a while and you really get some golden nuggets. I feel compelled to leave a love offering. Here's what I'm going to offer to you. And this is going to be very limited time, okay? The reason I say limited time is because my time is limited. And I'm going to offer it to anyone who reaches out to me directly in Facebook. If you send me a love offering, I will, in return, because we've always given something in return, and this is the irony, in addition to the time we give, we've always given the meal plan, which I think some people have forgotten. I don't know a fundraiser or donation where you get a meal plan that is valued over $100. And the irony about the meal plan is that some people paid, they gave small donations because they just wanted the meal plan, and I don't even mind, because only the person knows. And the reality is it's all perfect, it's all good. So my offer is extended out to those of you who have wanted to speak to me directly one-on-one. And I really want those of you who need it to consider how much you value yourself and you value me. Because what I'm going to do is, according to how much is donated, because I'm doing, not donated, let's take the word donate out. Again, it's a love offering. Facebook is fantastic because you don't need to go through PayPal. You can just directly send me money through Facebook Messenger. What I'm going to offer is that, depending on the amount of the love offering, I'm going to give you in exchange time one-on-one in a Facebook Messenger video or over the audio, okay? I'm going to give you my time because I receive a lot of questions, advice, asking, needing help, and I want to be able to extend that service. After this, I will be offering one-on-ones and package deals. But I want to give you the opportunity, because it is the holidays, and this is why I'm doing this. Because with the holidays, we're all going through different emotions. And if you yourself are going through something and you just need someone to talk to listen, I'm here. And so that is why I'm saying, if you reach out to me and you determine your love offering, and this is something I want you to consider, is how you value yourself. Because my time is valuable, but it's also your time. And so this is going to be an equal exchange of energy. All right? And I want those out there that are watching to also recognize that any money that's ever been donated to myself, Tom, or RADiculously RawThentic, consider yourself contributing to our success, which contributes to your success and the continued growth of this community. Because you're investing in us and investing in yourself. And this is where we can establish and maintain a new way of healthy relationship to money. Because what it is when you appreciate something, you put a money value on it, it grows. Right? It's not just about gratitude and being, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's truly from a heart space, why I say love offering. It's an opportunity to be really, truly contributing and seeing and feeling, because you're also hearing me tell you, you are the reason we're successful. You are the reason we're still here. So no matter how you see it, this is an equal exchange, that we're always going to be here. But to continue, we want to know that you value us. So when I go back to the house cleaning and the cleaning up of our accounts, it's really important that we know that the right people are showing up and we're serving you. That if you dislike or disagree anything with me or Tom or our group, please don't stick around for the HATE. Find whatever it is that drives you to be in LOVE. Because it really is about the joy, and don't let anybody steal your joy. Hey, you know what the bottom line is? Any publicity is good publicity in social media, in Hollywood, in the world, because it's attention. So people get attention for acting well, and people get attention for acting out. It doesn't matter how you act, but depending on where you put yourself, attention, appreciation, it'll grow. It's just, how are you going to amplify? Are you going to go in with the heart space? Or are you going to go in with some closed fists? So let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if this is resonating, if this is making sense for you. Because here's what happens is this, I think that I've been reflecting myself upon how is it that money has been so elusive. What have I been doing to resist receiving it? And I say this not just for myself, this is for all of us. Because a lot of us are saying, oh, I don't need money. Oh, money's so bad, and the rich, like we shun people because they have money. How much better are we if we turn around and we say, oh, they're that way. Or I could never have a house like that. I wouldn't want to have to clean it and da-da-da-da. It's like, but it's not yours. Why do you have to go into the space of defending yourself and trying to build yourself up by putting someone else down? It's no different than a bully. When we are nitpicking at others, doesn't matter if you're judging, you're criticizing, you're comparing yourself. And we don't need that. We don't need to lose and give away our personal power or energy just because we don't feel good in ourselves. We don't feel worthy enough, so we put others down. That's what bullying is. The true root of bullying is fear of being seen for pains and hurts of the past. It's trying to maintain some semblance of control, that if I can put someone down or I can control someone else, then I have the power. I am better. And that's really not the truth. So again, a love offering is just like anything. When you drop in like yoga classes, and I will be offering in my home soon, we can extend a love offering because someone has graciously given their time and energy. So consider that even in your own life. If you do something and you maybe don't feel like maybe you want to put a number on it, but maybe you don't feel valuable enough to give yourself a money value, because there's, again, that little rub that a lot of us have. It's like, ooh, I don't know, people are going to think of me. That it doesn't even have to do with the money. That has to do with our acceptance and fear of rejection, right? So it's the unhealthy relationship with money that keeps us poor and lacking our self-worth. It's not that we're poor, it's just that we haven't recognized, owned, and stepped into our value. So consider that the next time you are even questioning, oh, I don't want to buy that, it's too expensive. Ask yourself, am I worth it? I try to do that with my dad. He does have a little bit of a rough time with the money thing. But that's because of the generation he grew up with. Coming out of the depression. I understand that, but we're not in a depression. What we are in right now is a lot of confusion. We're all finding that, ooh, we're going to have to do things differently than we've ever done them before because we don't know what's next. And we all have gifts and talents that we can offer in exchange. There are barter systems. It just depends on where you are, but it's all possible, right? Be wild, be free, be open to the possibility. That is the reality of life. If you're not open and willing to try, to ask, how are you ever going to know if you would have gotten a yes or a no? It doesn't even matter. Just the courage, the vulnerability to step into saying, hey, this is what I'm offering. Are you willing to pay it? Now, the interesting thing about all of this is that I know over the years many people that know me personally one-on-one. I've spent many hours, many moments sitting and just listening or just consoling friends and people close to me. And those are the first people that don't want to pay the money because they've been getting it for free. I mean, let's get real. But there's nothing wrong with that because you had to practice somewhere, right? No matter what it is. That's how I see it in my life. So I find them to be just as valuable. And so I've given, and I don't mind. And I don't see that I've ever been taken advantage of. You know why? Because the opportunity was in the advantage. It is an advantage to be able to serve, even without the monetary exchange. Because the money comes, it will come when you open to receiving. I love that, Robert. Robert and I are going to do a video soon. We're going to talk about some serious juicy stuff that he's been sharing with me behind the scenes. So I don't feel bad for asking for love offerings at this point, and this is what dropped into my meditation this morning. And I think it's extremely powerful and very important that all of us, especially women, we probably undervalue ourselves the most because we do things so naturally, so it appears. But what we're really doing is so many things at once. It's hard to really gauge our own worth, right, ladies? Right? Because, well, she's a woman. She's used to taking care of people, nurturing. It's our nature, right? Whether it's something as simple as preparing food for somebody that you maybe do every single day. Maybe it looks like it's no sweat, but it's a love offering, right? We offer in so many nurturing, natural ways. So the thing is I really do believe we all are coming to the table with something beautiful to share and to gift one another. It's just that sometimes we also have to recognize there's a way to sustain it, and how is that going to happen? So I know, how many hats does a woman wear? And by the way, I like hats. Hey, I wonder if there's a filter on here. I can filter, I can have some fun with some filters. I have been playing with filters like crazy. OMG, if you haven't been seeing my stories or Instagram or Snapchat, I kind of change them up across the different platforms. I'm just going to say that. So again, I was saying earlier that even if you're showing up to criticize, judge, or hate, right, to analyze us, me or Tom, I'm going to say I love you and thank you for even thinking or even commenting or messaging us about it. Because here's what happens. If you're showing up and you're criticizing us, well, thank you for showing up because you're getting value out of us, right? How could you not? It's giving you something to fuel your fire. That's how I interpret it. I actually wrote this and thought it was kind of comical when I read it. So if you don't agree and just want free, then you truly aren't valuing me. However that may sound, I invite anyone who disagrees to look within and to truly reflect upon what it is in yourself that you are denying, that you think anybody else should deny from receiving themselves. Because typically what is happening is we are telling people that you're not valuable enough because I don't feel valuable. And so it's a comparison that, it's an envy too, by the way. That's the sad thing. The envy will cause people to say very hurtful, mean things. I want to be like you, but I don't feel strong enough to be like you. So it's better that I reject and put you down so that I can at least feel like I'm better. But it doesn't work, because even your soul will feel more repressed and suppressed. It actually, it's a way to, it's a small death within when we are envious of another person. I like to see people thriving. So when I see people around me happy, I love to see beautiful couples and hear beautiful stories. If I get to witness that, to me, that lights me up. I am ecstatic that there are people like that in the world that exist, because that tells me it is possible. It's also possible for me. And that's how I like to interpret and to turn things around and to receive the blessings that are around me, is to bask in someone else's success and their love, their joy, their crazy excitement. I get so happy when I get to watch Tom when he's playing in a way that lights him up too. And you should as well. For everyone. You know, there are people that we're going to look at and we're going to go, wow, I wish I could be more like them. Celebrate them. And recognize that that is you too. Because what we admire in another person, that's within us. And that should ignite the fire within you. The recognizing it in someone else, the appreciation of something in someone else, is what resides within you. You are not separate. It is not something outside of you. You are just as capable. It's just a matter of taking that power and just igniting again back into what drives you. What is it that motivates you and inspires you? So, yeah. I value the time that Tom and I have put into this whole RADiculously RawThentic, because we truly poured our love and our hearts into it. And there wasn't a day that didn't go by that we weren't, it's going to be okay, we're going to make it, If you question what work goes behind the scenes, I challenge you to do the work to get to where we're at, and you will find it's not an easy task. All right? So if you ever catch yourself judging, criticizing, or questioning, consider that this is not a position I wish upon the weak at heart, because there are times you will be brought to tears because you couldn't help somebody, you couldn't be there for somebody, or you're unable to keep up with 50,000 rock and rad stars, but maybe you see a few that stand out. There's these little things that can eat at us because we're trying to do so much, and we are the only two doing the main work behind the scenes. It's only ever been Tom and I and some amazing designated rock and rad stars that have also helped support. But truly, to do what we do, it is a labor of love. Lub-dub-dub, flub-a-dub-dub. Ah. So I invite you to consider how much you value yourself and the amount of money value that you put upon yourself. Would you put a $ on you and what you do and how you contribute to being you? It's very rare that anybody can do that. So again, if you are somebody who doesn't align with what we do, ho'oponopono, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You are all very special to me. I appreciate you. Again, many blessings. For anybody who offers a love offering to me through Facebook, I will do a one-on-one video conference with you, depending and determined by the amount of the love offering. So, have an amazing Friday night. It is time to walk, buddy. I love you all. You're all in my heart.